Hello, my name's Rob. This is Cat Rabbit Scam Model Studios. It's Thursday, April 27th, 2023. For the people watching in the very far future, I'm with the ever lovely Josh from Free Spires Gaming.
Hello.
We're going to be hanging out with you for an hour-ish, doing some hobby, just generally rambling on about, everything and anything, really. So there we go. Josh, what are you working on tonight?
Well, when you spoke to me earlier, I didn't have a clue what I was working on. But I did find some Chaos Space Marines I haven't painted, so I'm going to do them in my Alpha Legion.
Good. That did make me chuckle when you were like, fuck knows. I was like, and Josh is working on fuck knows. It did generally make me giggle quite a bit, actually. So there we go. And I have just started on Lion L. Johnson. I was live about an hour ago. I was showing people how to magnetize the heads, the head options, which I've been doing. And it's a cool kit. It's a really nice kit. One thing I have noticed about this kit is things like all the little folds that you've got here in like the cloak. Like a really good example is this one here. I haven't glued it on yet, but there's like a bit of a crease, and the way that attaches, like here, the fold is actually on the inside. So can you see how that goes together right at the bottom there?
Well, yeah.
See, that's where it joins. So you don't actually see a join. Like, it's a very nice kit. However, it's something I always do point out, and I've said this a few times, these little stamps, every sprue has these. Like, I've got, what are these? This was the Brutalis Dreadnought. See, look, it's got them here.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
These are revision stamps, even down to things like, this is a Salamander's upgrade sprue.
Yeah.
This has two of them. I'm not doing Salamanders. I wanted the sconces from the upgrade kit. This has two or three. Three. It's got three. It's their revision stamps to show you how many times they had to look at the sprue and rejig it. This guy's got fucking 11. I think that's the most I've ever seen on.
Well.
Good evening to you again, sir. Thank you for popping in again. Dean was very kind enough to. I just did the magnetizing thing.
Hi, Dean.
So so I just thought, it's such a nice kit. I think I've never been a big army painter as it is. I tend to do little bits here and there and small little forces, but I really do appreciate a well put together model like this. This is really something.
I'd say I was really impressed with the Chaos Lord kit. So many options.
The Terminator Chaos Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great kit. That really is.
So I was spoiled for choice when I was making them. But
it's I think a lot of them are like that. Like the new Lieutenant kit, the Captain in Heavy Intercessor Armor, you've got the Gravis Captain kit. There's a lot of different combinations where you can have the swords, the power fists, the pistols. I like what they're doing there. I said that in my Lieutenant video that I thought, in actual fact, it was really good because rather than getting these static pose lieutenants all the time, you can actually get like proper, like kits that you can do a hell of a lot with. And with like the especially the Primaris stuff, it's so compatible. It's really, really good.
Yes.
Yes, the cape. Like I was just talking about this. I don't know if you're there, but it even cleverly hides all the seam lines, so you actually don't get any gaps in it or anything like that. Like, really, really impressed. I am going to do some painting videos on the line, which will probably be the last of my Dark Angels stuff, because I'm rapidly just becoming the Dark Angels channel lately. No bad thing, but I think it is time to move on and tackle some other projects.
And are you going to give us a hint what you're going to be working
on? I've got a few little palette cleansers.
Okay.
I've got some bits from friends who a lot of people I might actually know when I come to do the video. It's literally just down here. It's just off camera. So I've got that to do. I've got What else have I got? I've got the other board for Kill Team to go together.
Ooh.
I have. I've got a great project in mind with an old set of Wildwood.
Okay.
Wildwood. I have that. So there's a few things coming up. There's a Legend of Zelda one coming up. Hey.
Ooh.
Do you know what? I'm actually going to show off the miniature now. Epic and stuffs. I don't know whether people know them. This is there. They are like a 3D printing thing. I get their stuff off Etsy. Really, really lovely people. Really, really fair priced. But I was on there the other day and I saw this little Kakiri guy. So I was like, it's such a nice print. So I stuck it on a base and it's been sitting just here. And I can't wait to paint it up. So there's going to be a little Legend of Zelda one coming up to celebrate Legend of Zelda Tears of the Should Have Been a DLC. But I mean, Tears of the Kingdom, you know.
Yeah.
10th edition is going to be good. 10th edition is going to be very good. The more I see of 10th edition, the more I do generally. I'm not a big player when it comes to Warhammer and stuff like that. I tend to paint things and they end up.
Yeah, I'm some getting more excited of playing 10th than I have 9th. I think 9th was just they just threw so much at it.
It was a train wreck. It really was. It was just something else. There was so much stuff.
And unless you actually only play Warhammer and study one army, I don't think you could actually keep up with everything.
There was a lot to digest with 10th.
Yeah.
9th, sorry. Yes, it was too much, too everywhere. All these books and rules and things, and they were like, but with 9th, we're not going to do all these books. You won't need to carry all this around and stuff like that. And it just went they just did the exact opposite.
Are you going to Warhammer Fest this year? Arnold has asked.
I'm washing my hair that day.
Nice.
All 3 days. No, unfortunately, I've got a lot of weddings this year. I've got a lot to pay out on a personal level, and being in the position I'm in, it just was. I would have liked to have gone to Warhammer Fest. I went in 2019, and I had an absolute blast. It was really, really cool. If you're going, enjoy it, have the best time. I'm really excited for the previews. But unfortunately, no, I won't be attending. Maybe next year, but I won't be attending this year. So, no, do have the best time. I'm sure a lot of people will, but no, I'm not going. Unfortunately, I'm only painted for like a year. Yeah, see, that's where I think, like, if coming from 9th to 10th, if you've only ever known 9th, like, don't let that be indicative of where you like a representation of Warhammer. I started with Dark Imperium. That was what was out, 8th edition. I've been doing the painting stuff in. I think I was 5 years in January. I've been doing the hobby, and I started with Dark Imperium, and that was great fun. It really was.
I think I started in about 4th edition. 4th or 5th.
Do you know what? In actual fact, I have right here, Josh. Now, don't ask me how I got my hands on it, but it's here, and a lot of people will remember this. I got given this by someone, and I'm just going to move these bits out of the way. Are we all ready for a little nostalgia? Gather round, children. I'm going to read you a story. But look at this bad boy.
Oh, wow.
So I believe this was 6th edition because it's got all the Dark Angel stuff.
Yeah, I believe it was 6 Dark Angels, if my memory.
Yeah, sorry, just to get back to Arnold there, it was Games Day, then Warhammer Day, now it's Warhammer Fest. The one I went to in 2019 was Warhammer Fest. I have the lanyard just to my right. So they do keep chopping and changing it. But yeah, so look at this. Wow. And you will have to excuse the light, but there it is. It's
1 sec. I'm just hiding the chat because I can't actually see.
But there's just absolutely. I mean, look at these rules. Wow.
Oh, well. Is that the one where the tanks and I had armor?
Pass. I'm not sure. But there's some really cool stuff in here. And I believe this was 6th edition. Or 7th? I'm not sure.
I think it was 6 with Dark Angels. I think 5th edition was the one Black Rage, a sort of Black Rage with the Orcs.
Oh, look at that. There are some gold, some winning gold demon entries to get us in the mood. Alistair Arms, Orc Mech, did a bro. Logan Grimnar, he took gold.
Nice.
Wolfguard. Space Wolves were incredible. What was there? Was a Commissar there? Wow, look at this. Whoa, look at that. Battle from a Crag.
Oh, that's cool.
That is cool.
Who did that one?
By Julian Cassis. Bronze Jewel, 2009. There's a Tau guy. Oh, look, Chaos Space Marine Lord. Okay.
Hey.
I think that's it as well. It's a shame there's not more of that. That's a bloody good section there. Look at that. Oh, look, hey! Organised Game Days. Games Day in Golden Demon. There we go. And this one's from 2009. Throne of Skulls, Best Painted Army.
Oh my god, I was literally a year I left school, that is.
What, 2009?
2009, yeah.
Wow, Josh. You make me feel old.
Yeah,
look at that one. Look at how fantastic is that. It's almost like on a big asteroid.
That's cool.
That is cool. I love stuff like that. That tickles me. So anyway, yeah, no idea. I can't remember the guy's name, which is really bad. He sent me a drawing as well. It's really cool.
Yeah.
You'll have that whole, I think it was in Bliss somewhere. Can you see? Where was I? Right, yeah. Stop. See how easily I get distracted with things. Like, you literally can't talk to me when I'm doing things.
That's all right.
I am the worst.
Are you having fun now?
Oh, I always have fun, Josh. Always have a fantastic time.
Oh, no, it's an incident.
That's all that matters. The only thing I will say about this part of the Lion's Cloak is there's a big seam line here. So we're just going to file that out, I think. I've done some...
I loved in the Alpha Legion armor. So nice when it all comes together.
I've done some Khorne stuff. I really like it. But I do think that the silver and blue of the Alpha Legion is a great colour scheme. Like, it's really nice. Hands down. Yeah.
I'm hoping I release the Alpharius as a Primarch.
Hey, they already have. It's every model ever released is Alpharius.
That's true. That's true.
See? That is true. That's where we're at with Alpharius. But no, he's a cool. It'd be interesting to see a character like that come back and what they could do with him.
But they should do like double ones. So it's Alpharius and Omegan, or Omega, or whatever you call them.
Omegon.
Megatron.
Right, the Lion. Let's have a look at the Lion.
Yeah, pretty cool if like you had both of them. But I also think they should make rules where Alpha Legion can be loyalists as well as traitors.
Yes, and gain certain keywords might be a lot of fun, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be quite cool.
You'd either like have Primaris Alpha Legion or Traitors Alpha Legion kind of thing,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Or a really good mechanic would be like a really fun to do with like Alpha Legion. Almost like you can change their keywords mid-battle.
Oh, that'll confuse me that I would try not.
But like, imagine that. Like, if you start the game under the guise of Space Marines and say you're playing Space Marines, then literally everything takes half damage. And then you have the option to switch to Alpha Legion, like to Chaos, in which case you take, I don't know, twice as much damage, but you dish out twice as much damage as well. Like, almost like so you're fooling those people to think that they're part of it, So many little rules they could do like that, and that's just an idea. They could probably implement that a lot, but I'd love to see something like that, something so different.
Or have people like -1 to shoot you because they think you're loyalists, or
yeah, exactly. Until you turn over to, the
until you shoot them first or something,
Yeah, or like a certain battle round, like you're only allowed to do it for the first battle round or something.
Yeah.
But no,
I don't know.
Playing
the whole game that like no one shoots each other, but everyone's getting objectives.
Imagine a game of Warhammer where everyone just gets along.
Yeah, but you're both trying to cage objectives, but you both think you're working together.
Yeah. But imagine how frustrating that must be for an opponent when you're actually not allowed to do anything about it.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
That's your opponent. They're not your models, and they're Alpha Legion, but you can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
Like, imagine that.
That'd be quite funny.
That would be funny. I'd love to see like Games Workshop flex some creative muscle like that, but it just don't seem like they ever do it, which is always a little bit disappointing.
Yeah. Are you looking forward to previews on the weekend?
Do you know the one I'm really looking forward to is the Warhammer 40,000 one, because as soon as I wake up, it's going to go on. I'm going to sit in my little studio and do it. Sorry, just quickly. Any usual suspects that might win the Demon this year? I've got a few people that I speak to that I'm rooting for. If you don't know Keir's Minis, Kieran is such a lovely guy.
Yeah. I'm sure he was entering it, to be fair.
And an amazing painter. Like, I do wish him well. The other one, Chantel, Taylor's Miniatures.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Once again, she's such a lovely person to chat to.
I didn't realise she was entering it. In all fairness, my Instagram's been playing up this week, I'll be honest.
I don't speak to a lot of people normally online. I tend to be quite private. I just post my work and move on. But I was chatting to her the other day, and best of luck to those two individuals. I really do hope they walk away with something. Not only are they just really lovely people, but they're amazing artists as well. So I definitely think, Keith is such a lovely. Kieran is such a lovely guy. He's got a YouTube channel as well, so do check that out.
I don't think I follow his YouTube channel.
Do it. He doesn't post a lot, but he has got some stuff on there.
He just freestyle football as well, doesn't he?
Yeah, have you seen him doing like the kick ups and that?
Yeah.
It's amazing. Like, the guy's just,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad he's not better looking than me. Otherwise, he'd have everything. So those two individuals. I tend not to get too invested in Gold Demon and stuff like that. Just purely because I often think to myself, I would love for a lot of it to be based on an idea.
Another person I want to root for is Father and Son Minis up in there entering again.
Oh yes, yeah. Do you know what? I follow him, but I think he must have had like a stint away of being quite quiet.
He's more active on Twitter, I've noticed. I think.
See, I don't understand Twitter. Maybe it's like I'm just old.
No, in all fairness, I don't. I occasionally post like once a week on there.
I don't get Twitter. I just don't get it at all in the slightest. I sit there and I try and understand what people have written about things. Maybe I'm just a simpleton. I don't know. But I just I'm left baffled by a lot of what I see on Twitter. I just don't understand it.
No, I'm in the same boat. It's quite baffling.
I want part number 4. Do you know the Lion himself actually isn't that many parts?
Isn't it?
No. Or at least I don't think he is. I don't think so. The Watchers are 2 or 3 parts each. So.
Can you only buy the line in that box set then?
Pardon?
Can you only buy the line in that box set?
For the minute, yes. However, they did say that he was coming out a few weeks after. So I wouldn't be surprised if he shows up sooner rather than later. Like Azrael, they they put him in the Wrath of the Soulforge King, whatever it was, box.
Yeah.
Which coincided with the Vashdor book.
Yes.
And then, I think 4 weeks later, he was available separately along with the Lion.
Okay. Cool.
So, right, so that goes there.
Yeah, I'm hoping to get most of my Alpha Legion painted for 10th. I doubt I'll get everything painted, but
You get a fair bit, wouldn't you?
yeah, at least. Oh yeah, at least one most of my arm painted. I've got Forge Fiends I still need to work on as well, which are really cool models.
Yeah.
Although I'm trying to magnetize them so on swap weapons.
Right.
Because he's got like 2 different weapons he can have. So it looks quite easy. I just haven't had a chance to do it yet.
See, I was just having this conversation with people. Like, I don't magnetize anything.
I try not to, but something like that big, and I want one of them. I just think, well, I might as well.
It makes sense, but like with the Lion, I was like, yeah, but these heads are just a bit too good. So I was like, no, I'm gonna go through this. I'm gonna give it a go.
Yeah, no, makes sense.
Yeah, it kind of worked out quite well in my favour, I think.
Mm.
So, like stuff like that. Obviously, I'm trying to keep the armor panel separate. The leg's supposed to glue into the thing, but in actual fact, if you just push the foot into place and that little divot, you can actually glue his like greave on there, so it lines up. So you actually can then just remove it.
Yeah.
I've managed to keep that first leg separate. I love. Do you know what? I get a real kick out of keeping things in sub assemblies. Still trying to work out Instagram. If you ever need help with Instagram, if you follow me, do chuck me a message, say hi, because I tend not to pay too much attention to like follows and likes and things. I've often said this. I think the best way I do Instagram is probably one of the reasons why it never really affects me or I feel bummed out by it. Is once I've posted a project behind the scenes, I've already moved on to something else. I tend to write very little about it. People ask me about it, ask away, absolutely. But do drop me a message, say hi, it's Dean from YouTube. I'll chuck you a follow. If you've got any good questions, just fire them away at me, and I will do my best to answer. Always a pleasure to talk about if I can.
And if you want to follow the club, more welcome to follow.
Yes, do follow Free Spies Gaming Group. It's like an extension of Cattle Rabbit, if you will. Or really, the way I've always looked at it is Cattle Rabbit really is an extension of Free Spires. As I do a lot with I try and do a lot with the club, but it's my people. So
yes,
I work what I do. If I'm the penis, Josh is the full-blown erection. Is the only.
That's one way of describing it.
That's how I'm describing this. And
okay, cool. I'm going to roll with it.
Good. There's no choice.
I did have 900 followers. I'll probably got about 2 now.
Why? Because I've just referred to you as a massive erection.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
So if I glue that in place, can I? Yeah, I think I can. Okay, so let's glue this in place. I might have to even liquid green stuff some of this guy. Like I often think, this model is such a lovely, and it's going to be a great centerpiece. It's definitely worth taking the extra time with this one, I think.
Yes.
Like go on.
No, go on. You finish what you're saying first.
No, I was just going to say, like with the Cornate Demon prints I did.
Yeah.
It was such a lovely model. It was just definitely worth taking the extra time with it to make sure it's I do very much enjoy doing that. So yeah, that come on, can I just push that in there like that? Like that.
I'm actually playing D&D tomorrow night at club.
D&D?
Yeah, I haven't played it in months. I'm so excited.
Is it what are you Are you a particular class or?
I
you-
am. I've
you
decided to
DMing?
go for a half orc ranger.
Nice.
But have got pet ape because I wanted a pet. Yeah, I wanted a pet ape. So,
Okay.
yeah. But I'm calling him Malcolm.
Malcolm the pet ape. Yeah,
Yep.
I'm down with that. I can work with that.
Yeah. So, yeah.
I
see how we
often
go.
think I would really, really like to be part of a D&D campaign.
Oh, you'll be hilarious in it.
But, like I'd just be a normal guy, like named Graham. Just, what's your class, man?
Right, I suppose you'll be a fighter, I suppose, because they're sort of the most basic class you can be, really.
I'd be like a cleaner. That's what I would do. I do something weird like that. Like that's very much me. I like weird stuff like that. I like it. What's your role in D&D? Postal worker.
Well, I suppose that could fit in the story though, postal worker, because the whole point of going on that adventure is to deliver some post to someone.
There you go.
Yeah.
So but it'll be like Lord of the Rings. Only I'm allowed to carry the letter because only I am actually an official member of the postal service.
Oh, you could even turn that into a warlock, and that letter is got a patron pack in, so it actually possesses you to and your mission is to deliver to your patron.
Okay, well, I was actually thinking that we would get there and it just says return to sender.
I mean, it could do.
And it's really anticlimactic. Like the whole thing's just very downtrodden. Just quickly, Dean, if you go onto Instagram and just search for Cat or Rabbit Scale Model Studio under the same name, you'll find me. And that's where I'll be. I don't sing as much on Instagram because it has been told that I am a songbird of my generation. And it's unfair on other people if I sing all the time because I'm pretty angelic.
No, he's coming along nicely, actually. See, as soon as you do your silver on the Alpha Legion, it's so easy just to fill in all the other colours.
Do you know what? I say that. A lot of people don't believe it when you turn around and you go, no, work backwards. So, some tips to help with miniature painting. Work from the inside out. Trust me.
Because I tried it the opposite way with my Raptors, where I painted it blue, then did the trim.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I almost died, lost the will to live.
Painting all that trim is just a massive waste of time. Just literally don't do it. You drive yourself crazy.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I hated it.
It's not. It will actually just make you really be put off.
Yes.
Oh, come on, leg. There we go.
Yeah, it was horrible, I have to say.
And then we're just going to glue the front panel on.
Yeah, I think you'll be hilarious in a D&D campaign.
I've never played it. I've never played Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, yeah.
I had this little trial thing once with some pals, and it never amounted to anything, and I never just picked it back up.
No, well,
I think it would be quite funny.
The lad who does it group, he's doing it for his Duke of Edinburgh award, so
yes,
he's got to run there for DV, you know, which it's one of the good things about our club. We do the DV for young people if they want to.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Whether it's skill based or volunteering based, and yeah, goes on their CVs and.
Imagine that, actually having doing something you really enjoy like that, and just
Yeah.
Right, now, are we going to see that? Can I live my life knowing that is?
Oh, I need to release round 3 for the league as well tomorrow.
Yeah. How is the league going? For those who don't know, Josh runs a 40k league.
Yes.
For his club, and we always like to have a little bit of an update. So who's been playing? Who's got triumphs? Who's got?
So believe it or not, Dark Angel's actually winning.
See.
Yeah, so the guy who's playing Dark Angel has won all 3 of his games.
Yeah.
Even though I haven't released round 3, he asked me who he played. I told him, and I had the game last week, which a bit annoying, but yeah, that's one of them.
Okay, well, it happens. It happens. Yeah.
But yeah, as long as they're happy, that's the main thing of the group. Is, but yeah, I've only had 1 game so far because the guy who was meant to play this round hasn't turned up. So,
so you're getting off lightly.
What around? But I have got Necrons next, I believe.
Ooh, if you want some tips, a great, good, hit him up.
Well, how to kill Necrons with 4 models?
Yeah. But he plays Necrons, doesn't he? He's got a massive, like, I think it's the Novak Dynasty he plays.
Yeah. Problem is, playing Knights 1,000 points with 4 models is so hard.
Yeah.
I wish I just kept them with my Alpha Legion for the league, because tactical wise, it's so hard to move 4 models. It's easy to move them.
Yeah.
But tactical wise, it's like,
because you've got actually you limit yourself quite heavily
yeah,
with choice. Because you have very little choice on what you can and can't do because you have very little models. So although having sometimes a smaller I guess army sometimes seems a lot more appealing and a little bit easier in the long run, play wise it can actually be a bit more difficult.
It's easy to make the list, build, paint, all that kind of stuff, but playing it, I personally think it's 10 times harder than having 100 models on a board.
Now I'm going to be able to get around all of that.
But I'm still enjoying it. I'm still having fun.
Good. That's all that matters, Josh.
Yeah, and I do like playing my Knights. I just wish I didn't use them for the league and just have played them like so friendly. But
yeah.
Okay.
Do you know what? Doesn't matter. You'll get it. Don't worry. You'll get
it. Yeah.
And it's all experience. Look at it that way. It's all experience.
Oh yeah. Well, I saw a local tournament. I don't know where you saw on the Facebook members page, but there was a local tournament happening in about September for 10th edition doubles.
Right.
And I was like, do I just sign up for it and just?
Where's that?
It's in Birmingham, actually. So,
obviously
not too far from me. In the UK.
If it's doubles, if you could find a nice army to complement the Knights, and work out like a bit of a strategy, it could be if you almost like teamed up with like a horde army, that could be absolutely savage as hell.
Yeah, but likewise, I could use my Alpha Legion, and depending on, we don't know how Temp's going to play out yet, do we? So
that's the thing. I'm trying not to commit anything, especially with like my Dark Angel stuff or adding to my Imperial Fists, because I am still an avid Son of Dawn. I will have you know. I'm trying not to, get too carried away because I don't know what's working and what's not.
In all fairness, I always go for all a call for my armies. If I like model, I'll buy it. I don't care how bad it is.
I very much. That's why I always lose.
Yeah, but as long as you have fun,
That's it. That's all that matters. That's what I would advise people. But people do play for different reasons. I do completely understand that. It's not something I would be interested in doing, like min-maxing all that time.
No.
I'm fascinated with how people come up with these tactics and stuff. It's very, like they must pore over the books and stuff like that, and really.
Oh yeah,
But for myself, it's not for me.
Yeah, they always find ways to break the system, don't they?
Yeah, absolutely. Right. This might be stupid what I'm about to do, but I'm going to glue that flap in place.
Hey, Rob's gluing this flap, people.
I'm gluing my flap in place early. I might regret this. And when I moan about this, Josh, to you, because I will go, this was fucking shit. You'll go, Rob, you're the one that glued it in place.
Yeah, but it's been like last week with that bloody suppressor not sticking to the place.
That was comically very amusing.
That was annoying. But
for you, for those that didn't tune in last week, Josh had a bit of trouble getting a suppressor attached to a flight stand.
I lost my shit over it.
Josh nearly, I could see the Hulk rising up in him, where Josh was very rapidly losing his temper.
Turning
this
green.
Poor suppressor, he'd done nothing wrong, and then Josh was just like,
he did plenty of wrong, Rob.
See, there we go.
Plenty of.
Right, so
next, I'm getting angry just talking about it now.
like, I need number 11. Where is number 11? Number 11.
Maybe my D&D models are printed properly. I've got them on print at the moment.
Yeah.
My aim is to print it. Hopefully, if this print works, is to paint them up for tomorrow night's game.
Blimey, you're cutting it fine.
Yeah, I know. I need to make out this afternoon as well, so I'm. I want to straighten heroes.
Is it a model of your character? Is it?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes. And I found a gorilla. I couldn't find a name, but I've got a gorilla model. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I must say, I really like all his knightly armor. Like they have, for me, I think, and I keep saying this, I know a lot of people complain about it. I love the aesthetic of the lion. His head's, the way he looks, I think they've just done such a good job with him.
I prefer the new Dante model, I have to say, personally. But
Dante's great. It's cool.
I am a Blood Angel at heart. I've got Blood Angel tattoo on my back. So.
Yes, I always forget that you've got a Blood Angels tattoo.
Yeah, so I am always probably a bit biased with the Blood Angels. But
I just think that even the old man head, I really love. Like I think they've just really nailed the aesthetic of him, like majorly.
Yeah, I mean, it's all right. That's about it, really. I'm not one of these people who are overly keen on the lion model, but
no, and that's fair enough. Not everyone is going to be.
But then I think so many people have posted it, and
it's deterred you, is it?
Yeah, so people are, you're missing out if you haven't got the lion or you're not part of the cool.
No, not at all. If you like something, then go for it. But
no, but I think a lot of the posts I've seen are a lot sort of like that.
Well, I just think it's
no, not from you, but
you'd never know if I like something or not, and it's into.
But
occasionally you might get a cool model, or once I put up a picture of it posted. But that's literally I'm not a very descriptive person.
I have a lot of people on my Instagram, stuff like, oh, you're not part of the cool kids if you don't like the lion model and stuff like that. And it's like, it's just a piece of plastic at the end of the day.
Well, that's what it is. I've often said Warhammer and painting Warhammer isn't even the most interesting thing about me.
I mean, it's a nice model, but I don't think it's a grey model, if that makes sense.
No. And, it's always going to be, somebody will look at that and think it's the worst model ever. Some people will look at it and go, that's absolutely, the best thing I've ever seen in my life. That is the beauty of Warhammer deep down.
Yeah. Everyone has their own
opinion, absolutely. Yeah, and if we all had the same one, it'd be bloody boring. I can tell you that.
The one thing everyone has to agree on, though, Magnus did nothing wrong.
Magnus did everything wrong.
I'm painted Dante right now. Oh, cool. Yeah, I do love the Dante model. Although I have noticed with a lot of the new Warhammer models, there's a lot of the old poses being brought back. It's like the new Tyranid model they released.
Oh, what, the Tyranid Prime?
Well, yeah. Looks so much like the Flesh Eater Corps model pose.
Yeah.
It's like they're just recycling models, like poses.
I suppose there's only so much you can, I guess, do.
Yeah, but I mean, the Tyranids, why didn't you have them pile up like Dead Space Marines or something? You know what I mean? Just to mount up.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I hear you. I do think sometimes GW doesn't know what to do with its own products.
Because you don't see many models with loads of Dead Space Marines on, do you? You know what I mean?
No, and it's only with recent things like Be'lakor and when they redid Abaddon.
Yeah, but there's only one Space Marine, isn't it, on them bases? You know what I mean? It's just
yes,
like
but you are starting to see stuff like that, which is good. Baby steps. I'm fine with.
No, I was half expecting Angron to just be like surrounded by Dead Space Marines, being out like mentally is, and you know what I mean? Yeah. I know like Space Marines are meant to be like the heroes and they never die, but just have like a Dreadnought in half or something on a base, or
that would be very cool to see. Something like Dread, being absolutely right. So that is his tilt plate. That can't go on yet. So that's going to unput. Right, I'm going to show you now, Joshua. When I ask, see this little yellow pot.
Yeah,
that bit of the lion that I guarantee you won't be able to find.
It's in yellow pot.
It's in my yellow pot. All right.
Okay, I'll do my best to remember.
When I ring you and go, "Oh, fuck, you won't believe it, I've lost it," you go, "It's in the yellow pot, Rob."
That's if I remember, though.
Okay, we'll just watch the live back, innit?
Get your views.
This is what I'm telling you. Right. So what else can we sub-assembly? We can do his arm. That's easy. We can do his arm there.
Because I do hope everyone just have a nice time at Warhammer Fest if you're going.
I generally hope everyone does have the best time.
Yeah, I won't be going myself either because yeah.
No, but you are
going to
at the Games Expo, aren't you?
I am, yes.
Josh will be helping. You are on the Moonstone.
I am on the Saturday.
On the Saturday, Josh is going to be a little Moonstone gremlin, and he's actually going to be helping out.
And on Sunday, I'm going there for myself. I'm chilling. I'm buying stuff.
Do it. Treat yourself.
Yep. Although I have just bought a parking ticket because the trains are on strike that weekend.
Yeah, I've got it for you.
Yeah, which was a bit annoying, but although it only cost me £15 for the parking all weekend, so it's not horrendously bad, but
no, it could be worse.
Well, it's normally about £15 a day, but I don't know whether because I'm booked early. It got cheaper, but
maybe.
I hope so. But
I tell you what, I do like watchers. I think they're cool.
Watches or watchers?
Watchers.
They're watches. We said watches.
No, watches are cool. I mean, they have their own uses, but watches. I think watches are a really cool.
Although
I don't know.
Speaking of watches, them small watches made me laugh.
I'd love to know what they look like.
Like small watches?
No, what watches?
Hey, watches.
Because there isn't a lot about them.
They're probably just watch Netflix.
Watches.
Netflix and chill kind of guys, maybe.
Do you reckon they're just like little kids on each other's shoulders and one of them's watching a tablet?
Maybe.
They're not watchers. They're people on each other's shoulders.
Yeah.
I'd be happy if that was an outcome.
Or they just go to the Sisters of Battle and ask for Netflix and chill.
Do you reckon they're there? They're like banging on the chambers doors.
Yeah.
Yo, what up? Right, so let's glue that.
It's like cool kids kind of thing, Can't get
what would they really like have to compete against? Servitors.
Well, you never know. Technology these days, Rob.
Toasters these days.
I suppose Slanesh got a good competition as well with them, maybe.
What, get real freaky?
Exactly,
Okay, so that's one guy, and that is. Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
He's looking alright, to be fair, for a quick paint job. I don't do my troops like overly detailed because they don't last on a board very long half time. So
What's that?
just my standard troops normally. I don't spend too long on them because, like, I'm probably going to call him done pretty much.
Smashed him.
See if I can turn him around.
I'm still pissing about with this, trimming bits up.
There he is.
Hey, he's cool. Oh, I like him.
I mean, from a distance, he looks alright. I mean, looks like
Close up, he looks good.
No.
Give yourself some credit, man.
You know, it's I missed a bit between his arm there.
Fix it.
Quick. Yeah, but from distance, I always do my stuff.
When you put that up, I'm going to comment. I'm going to go, you missed a bit on his arm there, Josh.
Well, I'm not. Well, you can, but I am going to do it now anyway. So.
I'm not going to fucking do anything about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think this is that guy. Yeah, it's got to be. Yeah, I like all his. If I was a Space Marine, I would want to be Dark Angels. I think as much as I love Imperial Fist.
I don't know, White Scar.
But look, they just get stuff to carry their shit around with them. I love it.
Yeah, no, but White Scar, you just ride bike all day.
Yeah, but in all weather, do you really want to go out in the rain? Nah.
Yeah, but you wouldn't feel it, would you? Because you're that.
Of course you would.
Anyway. Nah,
you don't wear helmets sometimes.
Nah. You get so used to it, though, wouldn't you? You'll just be just like summer, isn't it?
Imagine, though, if you didn't travel well and you ended up being a White Scar.
That'd be funny.
Being
yeah, but most Space Marines travel quite a distance.
Well, I don't know.
Different, like, galaxies and planets and...
As they probably have lots of travel suites.
Lots of Werthers.
Just something to suck. Just like, oh, Tony doesn't travel well. Give him a
like I'm pinching them to be okay with Werthers and that.
Give him a word. Honestly, 20 minutes. It won't be long. We're nearly there. Yeah. Can you imagine that? That'd be hilarious.
April God just screaming and crying because he feels
like It's not the killing or like the fighting the hordes of stuff.
I know, fine with that.
So that
traveling in the.
I am just trying to catch up with.
Thanks, Dean.
I went the line but couldn't get it. Like I said, sit tight, Dean. I do think in 2 or 3 weeks he's probably going to be available separately. Making the same pose, but Dead Necrons and a mid on Dante's base. I actually have, and I think it's up here. I have a Necron skull. Yes, very much. I think that's why I like him. I grew up with Star Wars, A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. I don't really know much about new ones, but they are the Jawas. That's what they were.
Yes.
So yeah, that's the way I kind of look at it. I got to admit, I've done. Considering we're coming up to an hour and 10 minutes, yeah, in 10 minutes it'll be an hour.
I think it's an hour and 10 minutes.
No, an hour in 10 minutes. It was a really bad way of me telling the time.
Well, that's good.
So I'm gonna pull my finger out.
Yeah, I'm probably going to call him done, to be fair, because it looks alright from distance.
As long as you're happy with him, it's all that matters.
I'm so happy with him, Chaos Lord. Really enjoy painting him.
Yeah, let's. Yeah, he's cool.
So I'll do a 360 of my Chaos Lord.
Go on, then, do it.
Which my brother kindly brought for me. So thanks, brother.
Make the noise as if it was on a turntable. You have to go.
I'll let you do it. I'm dropping phone. There we are. There he is, look.
He's great. Yeah. Hang on a minute. What hat's that he's got on his trophy rack there, Josh?
It's a Deathwing.
You son of a bitch.
I can't
believe you do that to me.
I did not put it there. It was already like that. So.
Oh, yeah, it was just like it when I got here. Yeah, all right.
But he has got an Ultra-Ring like Reaver head helmet and a Necron on the space.
No, I got once again. I've said it before. I love the Phobos armor. I think the Reaver helmets are the best.
They're so cool, aren't they?
They're wicked. They are.
They come from schools, and that was like the nearest thing I had to schools as well. That would look pretty cool.
I like the other one. I like Infiltrators. I love the way Infiltrators look.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to get some Infiltrators for my Dark Angels. I'm going to do them in nice dark armor,
Yeah.
like I did with the Chaplain.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, and a Tyranid as well. So I'm not being biased.
Look at you getting ready for 10th.
Exactly. Yeah.
Josh is ahead of the game.
Yeah, but quite good fun painting him. Yeah. I want another one and do a sorcerer.
What, a Chaos Sorcerer?
Yeah, it's the same kit. But yeah.
Oh, a Terminator Sorcerer.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, same kit. But...
Yeah, because they have really cool big hats, don't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I thought that would be quite cool for my World Eaters, but I was like, we're magic.
Yeah. You know what movie they should do to a tabletop miniature game?
What?
Small Soldiers.
Do you know what? That would be wicked because everything else is just a toy.
How cool's that?
That would be wicked, Small Soldiers.
What
Toy Story?
Toy Story. Toy Story miniatures war game.
Woody and Buzz finally go toe to toe. Work out some of that sexual tension they've got.
I don't know, Small Soldiers. I just think it'll be quite good.
I mean, you got the Commando Elite and you got the Gorgons.
Yeah,
amazing.
It wouldn't be like a very long sub release, would it? But
no, but you know what? I do want to talk about this movie for a minute. If you've never seen Small Soldiers, get the hell out. No, if you've never seen Small Soldiers, it is such a fantastic movie. I remember seeing that at the cinema when I was really, really little. Littler, should we say, because I'm only 18 now. And it was just an absolute, marvel. I can't tell you how impressive that movie was.
It was great. Was it like 96 did it come out, something like
that? I will tell you. Hang on. I think it was 90, could have been 97, 98. Small Soldiers. But, I mean, Tommy Lee Jones as Commander Chip Hazard. Perfect casting. If ever there was anything. Small Soldiers. 98, there you go, spot on.
Okay.
It had a young Kirsten Dunst in. Oh, man. It was just...
Guess how old I was then when it came out?
Go on.
98. I was 6.
Wow.
I'm still a baby.
Just what a movie.
Such a good movie. So. Then again, Lord of the Rings is 20 years old.
Yeah, but that's rubbish. We don't talk about that.
Whoa.
Let's go back and talk about Small Soldiers some more. Can you name the Small Soldiers, Josh?
Oh, I'm not very good with the Gorgons. But you used to have Kit Kellican, which was one of them.
Yeah.
Nick Nitro.
Yeah.
Brick Bazooka. Was it? Something Stan. I can't. Is this something Stan? One of them.
I think you're thinking of a Gorgon.
Oh yeah, Stan was that was a Gorgon, wasn't it, Stan?
You're thinking of Slam Fist.
Slam Fist, that's it. Yeah. I remember him because And then you used to have Whatever Gorgons was it now? Obviously, you had Archer as the main guy.
Well, hang on. You are missing one of the Commando Elite. I'll have you know.
I'm trying to think of that. Obviously, Chip Hazard himself, but
Yeah, you said Chip Hazard.
Chip Hazard,
Do you know
Nick
who it was?
Kid Killigan. Nick Nitro dies, doesn't he?
Nick Nitro gets it.
Yeah, because
Sorry,
he gets.
wait, spoilers. Yeah, Nick Nitro dies.
Yeah. It's the Comsted guy, isn't it? I'm missing.
You're so close.
I can't remember his name, top of my head.
Do you want me to help you?
Yeah, please.
It was Butch Meathook.
Butch Meat.
Butch Meathook.
Okay, I wouldn't have guessed that.
Was the guy's name. But what about the Gorgons? Can you name them?
So you got Slamfist, Archer.
Yeah, Archer was the main guy.
Yeah. What's the blue one called now?
Because there was more Gorgons than there were Commando Elite, I think.
Yes, but obviously that was more like there was only one of them where Commandos were just like army, wasn't they? So
yeah.
What's the Frankie? Was one of them Frankie?
No, you're thinking of Freaky or Freakit, I think his name was.
No, that's it. Yeah.
Right, who was the guy whose head spun round really quickly?
I'm trying to think. It's the blue one, isn't it?
He was like a fan favourite. Like, he was my favourite. I wish he got.
Yeah, he's like a sort of purpley guy, wasn't he? Crazy one. I can't remember his name, top of my head.
He was Insaniac.
Insaniac. Oh, what would have guessed that? It'd be so wrong to seem to me, now. Yeah.
So you had Slamfist, Scratch It, which was a tiny little thing.
Yes, it used to be catapulted, didn't it?
That's it. Insaniac, Freakit, Archer, and the last one
was it a rhino-looking guy?
Yeah.
Can't remember his name. Top of my head either.
Hang on, I think it's because I need to. I've got the cast up. I need to. Right, hang on. Here we go. Let's click on Small Soldiers. Archer, Slamfist, Scratch It, Insaniac. Oh, okay. It was Troglocan.
Oh, we'll never guess that.
Apparently, it's got here in brackets later known as Freakenstein.
Oh, right.
Punch It. And Ocular was the other one, which was the big eye.
Oh, yeah. Ocular.
And the Commando Elite were Major Chip Hazard, Brick Bazooka, Butch Meathook, Kip Killigan, Nick Nitro, and Link Static, who was the comms guy.
That's the one, Nick Stacker, yeah.
So there we go. So for everyone that's joined in today that wonders what the fuck we're actually talking about.
Yeah.
Yes, Small Soldiers, one of the best films ever. Small Soldiers.
Yes,
and coming soon to a cinema near you. They should. Why that wasn't that did such good numbers at the cinema? Why wasn't that? And why wasn't there sequels? I'm so annoyed.
Why is it not even a skirmish game? That's what I want to know.
I know there was a PS1 game because I had it.
We used to have it on PC when PCs was rubbish. But
my mum and dad. Just you versus the same enemies over and over again.
No, it wasn't online. It was
it was a story one, but it was just like there were no other like different enemies. It was like the same 5 enemy. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
But my mum and dad used to play it all the while.
Yeah.
My mum and dad were proper nerds on it.
It's just no, they weren't. They just had taste in games because that's amazing, that game.
Oh yeah, it was a good game, I have to say. But yeah, I remember.
So good. What an amazing There we go. We have a Shield of the Emperor. There it is. All fancy like. Ooh, very nice. I'll tell you one thing I did notice I wanted to point out as well. So this is the Lion's sword. This is Fealty, his sword. And if you get an intercessor, the sword's called Fealty.
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 Okay.
The blade of the sword is taller than an intercessor.
Oh wow.
Which means in real life, this sword is about 9 foot long.
Jesus Christ, it would be. How many Chaos Demons could you
all of
take
them?
down with
Absolutely all of them. Like, how amazing is that?
So, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I thought that was quite a cool little tidbit.
Just kebab some.
Yeah, some
demon.
poor little they would just get it, which I thought was really, really cool. Right, so this is Kate. So the last bit there, that's his. So that goes with his sword arm. So I think that one. Just trim that up. Should go.
That'll be good on Guilliman.
It would look great on like a simple swap. But it's such an epic looking sword. Like, it's so
you reckon we'll win in the fight, Guilliman or the Lion?
I don't know. Do you know what? I've never really looked at the stat lines.
No, I mean just in general. Don't you know?
Well,
if they just had a full-on fist fight or something.
It was always. I mean, like the Lion was always quite like feisty.
Yeah,
and he was renowned for being like quite a savage. See, I think Guilliman was presented more as like a almost like a tactician.
Yeah.
As opposed to where the Lion was a bit more like, because originally he was, I think he was on a Death World, and he was like quite fucking like feral, and it's when he was discovered and taken in by like this Legion of Knights, and that's where he was trained.
Yeah.
So he was actually like quite brutal in combat, like savage, which I think is quite cool. But yeah, the size of the bloody thing is absolutely massive. And then he's actually got a little bit of a lion pelt, which I thought was quite cool. This guy's going to be epic to paint. I actually can't. I'm going to start him this weekend. I'm not doing anything this weekend.
It's going to be quite nice this weekend, isn't it?
And it's also a bank holiday here in the UK. So
it is, yes.
There's Monday off, so it's a 3-day weekend. Whoop whoop.
And next weekend.
Yes, we have the coronation of Charles. Good on you, Charlie. Yeah. Couldn't give two shits if I'm completely honest with you, but day off. Hey, where are you from?
I think we're getting pizza for the club on Friday before the coronation.
Nice.
Because after people wanted to. I mean, I'm not a royalist, but I thought, well, you know, at least we can say we did something for the coronation.
It's quite nice to be a part of history, isn't it?
Yeah, you know.
I'm not. Same again. Like I very much fall into the category like with you. I'm not a royalist, but it's nice to be a part of history.
But I am very excited for next week because Moonstone are releasing something to do with the coronation and some new models. So
yes, they are.
Very excited about that. And if you follow me on Instagram, I am probably going to spam it at everyone.
Do it.
So enjoy. Yeah, I love Moonstone. And
really, you never said
before?
No. Oh, okay. Oh, sorry. I thought you might have mentioned it by now.
Yeah, I should have, but you know, Moonstone's like me being a vegan. I have to tell everyone 5 minutes.
Just have to get it out there. I play Moonstone.
No, even if people didn't ask, I'm just like, yeah, I love Moonstone.
So there we go. I think that's pretty much all I can really do for the minute.
How do you play Moonstone, Dean? Is that what you're responding to, Moonstone?
Nice, same.
Ooh. Might find someone in chat who might play Moonstone.
Not two of you.
One of us. With chimpanzee and sausage fingers. No, I don't think he's allowed Moonstone now.
No, I think he's talking about Charlie. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
You were getting Josh all excited then for a minute.
I know. I really need to enter a Moonstone tournament soon, but they're all in like Bristol or Leeds and like a bit of treks for me. You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah,
we don't have enough people around here to me to start one really.
It would be. Did you not get enough members at the club to play it, or?
People play it, but they always use my models, and I'm trying to get them to buy their own because it helps me instead. I'll be my models, and yeah, a few of them have been broken and bits have been
see,
missing.
that's not good. Yeah.
So and I take really good pride in my Moonstone ones. You know, it's not like you can just buy a replacement for them.
No. Yeah, because it's different. You see, plastic snaps. It's easily fixable.
Yeah. So I will let people use my models because I'm not a bastard, but I am. I am trying to get people to buy their own. Mainly because if more people buy Moonstone, obviously more money they get and more stuff done.
Absolutely.
I mean, okay. Yeah, it's such a great game and great models. So I want to see what other people paint them as.
That's one thing that I always really enjoy about Warhammer, and I've said this many, many times, that you could show someone a model and you could show it to 10,000, 100,000 different people, and they would all come up with a different way of painting it. And I think that is amazing. I love that. That is my jam through and through.
Yeah. It's like the Moonstone models, you know. If you do you follow the Moonstone page and
I don't think I do.
I have to say, some of the people who paint Moonstone models, honestly, they kick Warhammer painters out the water.
Yeah, but I find people like that are actual, like they see, Warhammer tends to fall into that category where a lot of people do paint them in a very
specific way.
Yes, because that's what GW has kind of almost like indoctrinated people, if that makes sense.
100%, you know. Yeah.
Whereas I think other model kits definitely, like, you have to almost paint differently to, you know, like how I paint things, like that, like this little guy here is a great example.
Yeah.
Not an edge highlight in sight. Because you don't paint in the same way. You don't paint these types of models.
Oh yeah,
you know the same way. Like even down to like the weathering and stuff like that. You don't do it. It's very different, and that's something I really enjoy doing when I do different models. You look at any of the Blood Carrot Knight stuff. Like a really good example, the last one I did, Miante. Same again. There isn't an edge highlight in sight there.
Yeah.
It's all very natural, the colours and the way they move.
Yeah.
So it is, you know, you just have to paint a very different way. But yes, it always seems that people go for the box art type of stuff, and it's
yes,
you know, it's almost like very similar. Like the chances of it being the same as someone else. And I think that the thing that's always bothered me about Warhammer is when you get to that point where your edge highlights are the crispest they've ever been, and your line work is the neatest it's ever been, and you know your lines are the finest they've ever been.
Yeah.
You put that next to someone who has reached that point as well, you cannot tell the artists apart.
Yeah.
And it almost like your models lose their identity the better you get at doing one particular thing.
Yeah, no, totally agree with that. Yeah.
Like that's where I find that my gripe with stuff is sometimes. And through no fault of people's own. Don't get me wrong. To paint to like an heavy metal standard, it takes a lot. It's that fine line work is an art form in itself.
Yeah.
However, it's I don't think that the Warhammer style should always be the be all and end all.
No.
Right, but let's just have a look at his backpack.
No, if you do follow, like, try and follow it, some of the artwork is
yes, I will. Shoot me the link, and I'll.
Yeah, we'll do. So, I mean, I'm entering the painter competition this month. I mean, I know I'm definitely not going to win.
Don't you dare fucking talk like that.
No, trust me.
No, I'm not trusting anyone.
I'm doing it because
faith in yourself.
You must.
Good idea.
Let's enter it and just have fun. You know what I mean?
That's exactly it.
I'm doing it more for fun than yeah, it's Oh, you're there.
Yeah, I know. I'm still here. I'm sorry. I'm just trying not to cut my finger off.
No, it's all right.
Just try to, because that goes. He's got a rather fancy backpack. I like. So that just goes.
Okay.
Like that. Okay, cool. Yeah. So there's that side. Because he's got a.
I suppose with tabletop gaming, actual playing the game, it's finding a game system you enjoy.
Yes, very much.
Rather than what miniatures you like, because I always say, if you like game system and if you're playing casually, you use whatever miniatures you like.
Yep.
So many 3D printed companies and stuff. You could get alternative models or whatever, but so many cool different game systems out there.
There's a ton of just variety that people it's begging to be discovered.
Yeah, it's why I love Games Expo so much, and I'd rather go Games Expo and Warhammer Fest because you discover so many new games. I mean, admittedly, I haven't been to Warhammer Fest, so it's probably a bit unfair to judge him. But for me, going to just a weekend where it's just Warhammer will be a bit like, okay.
When I went, I spent the majority of my time in the bar getting pissed because I can only stomach, and I'm going to sound really horrible here, and maybe this is just where I was like, I can only stomach Warhammer and what I like to call the true nerd that literally has to shoehorn Warhammer into every conversation. Like, there is no break from reality. There is no kind of,
I think that's why I love Games Expo, though, because you could be talking about Star Wars Legion 1 minute. Then it could be about, I don't know, some silly car game someone's got there, or, you know what I mean? Or, completely like, not everything's.
But that's always been my, something that and I think that's probably why, because I don't know a lot about Warhammer and stuff deep down.
No,
I learn about stuff that I'm doing. I've always been like hoping people don't ask me questions sometimes about it because I generally don't know about Warhammer.
Yeah, it's like me, like, because I've run the gaming group, everyone thinks I know all the Warhammer lore, and it's like, well,
yeah, I found that's always a very common thing because I paint miniatures, and I know what some of these things are called. People tend to talk to me as if I've read every book, and I've read, and it's almost like because I can paint to a nice standard, that people assume that comes with all the information up to that point.
Yeah,
I know absolutely hardly zero in comparison to, say, like, James, the Greater Good, who is very much is always kindly giving me information when I'm asking for it.
Well, I spoke to him the other day, actually. I was asking what would be the best Alpha Legion audio book to listen to.
Yeah.
And the one he recommended sadly wasn't on Audible. But, I did download a Horus Heresy one of Alfarius.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna start that soon.
So yes, that's it's very much each to their own.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think that's why I would always prefer Games Expo, because it's not always the same topic. It's like,
No, and I think sometimes those little games that you find are the absolute gems. Like I love, and it's something that I rarely talk about, Arcadia Quest. I am a massive Arcadia Quest. I've got expansions, pets, riders, Beyond the Grave. I don't have Inferno. I'm gutted. I've got some of the Dragon expansions. I love Arcadia Quest.
Okay.
But I very rarely talk about it or show it off.
Yeah.
And I think there's only been like 2 people where I put pictures up in the past and someone's gone, "Oh my god, I love Arcadia Quest."
Yeah.
And I think finding those little games, like, to me, it feels like it's my game. I know it sounds really, really weird, but because like not a lot of people know about it, and it's an older game now, like I really enjoy having that.
Oh yeah.
It feels very personal when I play it. Like I sit down, I get the boards out, I get all the tokens. I start making a guild with all the characters, and they all have their abilities, and I'm like, I love this. I fucking love this. So much good fun. And then seeing your team grow as you play your games, like it just feels very personal and very,
So you're gonna have to come up and play with you.
Yeah, play my game, girl. No, yes, you are very more than welcome. It's such an easy game to pick up.
Yeah,
and it's just a lot of fun. It's just a hell of a lot of fun.
Nice.
So there we go. And now that bit there, I think I've got a little bit of warping on this sprue. Now, let's just paint some of that in there and really hold that together. There we go. Might need a bit of heat on that, but we'll see. I'm going to hold this, and then when I let it go, it's going to spring back. I'm going to lose my temper with it. And then I think we'll probably, look at that. It's going to need a bit of love, this. Might need some filling. Okay. I think, Josh, I think the time is now 8:48. So we're overtime now. I think we'll call it there for this hobby hangout.
Yeah.
That's the guy. I mean, that's all the sub assemblies I can do. For people that are interested, really quickly, I've got the watches separate, their scabbard and his stick, what he's carrying. The backpack is left in pieces. Filthy and the sword have been left off. His shoulder pads I've left off. His iron halo I've also left off. There is a tilt plate which I've also left off. Then we've got his gun, the lion pelt, and his actual cape, and then all of his heads, which are magnetized, are all separate. So there we go. That is all my sub assemblies for the lion. Considering I've just come from a Brutalis Dreadnought where everything was bloody sub-assembled, I'm feeling quite good. There isn't a lot here in the grand scheme of things compared to where we were.
I've painted 1.5 Alpha Legion Chaos Space Marines.
There we go. Josh has absolutely smashed it.
But I'm only doing them very quickly, sort of standard. They're looking all right from distance, so
Good.
It's
You must send me some pictures of them, and I'll put them up.
We'll do that as soon as we end it.
We'll do that. Okay, well that is it, I think, for this live. It's been good. I've enjoyed this one. I like doing stuff like this.
It's been quite one, but it's been good.
Yeah,
it's
always enjoyable. But we are going to leave it there.
We'll probably this company. Did anyone else talk? Oh, Arnold spoke, didn't he, for a bit?
Yeah. We had a few people pop on, which is quite nice. as always, Josh, thank you very much for spending an evening with me. It's very much appreciated. Always appreciate your company.
And are we back next week?
I believe so. It'll either be Wednesday or Thursday, depending. I'll put up a post on Instagram and that.
Yes.
Once again, on Instagram, you can find Josh at Free Spies Gaming Group. You can find myself, Cattle Rabbit Scale Model Studios, under the same name.
Yep.
But that's it.
If anyone's round Litchfield tomorrow, why not try and come to the club and see what we're about?
That's it. Pop into Free Spies, have a game, have a cup of tea.
Yes. Or coffee, or hot chocolate.
Or
bring your own beer.
There we go. See, there we go.
Yeah.
But that's it. Brilliant. Josh, I will see you soon and I will talk to you shortly. To everyone else that did pop in, thanks again for stopping by. It's been really, really enjoyable. It's just Small Soldiers themed.
Yes. Oh, you know what we'll have to do one? I'm going to have to find some 3D print them out and we'll have to paint some.
Oh my God, yes, please.
I'm going to have to do that, aren't I?
Do it. And we'll have a game. We'll make a game. It'll be fantastic. I'm off to watch Small Soldiers. I'm going to force my family to watch Small Soldiers with me. And
I'm going to put down my D&D character and hopefully printed.
Job done. Right, Josh, I'll see you next week. Everyone else, God bless. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.